Welcome to Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. The podcast where three guys with big opinions and even bigger appetites go head to head on all things food, movies, sports, and whatever else gets us fired up. We blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauces, peanut butters, and those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store but never dare to try. We rank them, we review them, and sometimes even surprise ourselves. Because trust us, we did not expect Casey Masterpiece to take the crown. It's not just food. We're talking movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever madness is going on in the world. One thing's for damn sure. We're loud, we're funny, and we're not afraid to tell it like it is. Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Now, here are your hosts, James, Fridge, and Tommy.
What up, what up, what up? It's Monday night. I'm James.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Jeff.
And Fridge ain't here because he decided to play hockey. So we're going to yell at him about that later.
What a loser.
You know, I told him all season last season that he was playing during his spring winter league, whatever the hell it was, that I'd go see him play. And he's winning. He always told me we won. You should come see. We win. And I go there and it's like 7-0 when I walk in. He's losing. So I don't know if I want to go anymore.
Sounds like he's a liar.
I wonder if he's even going to listen to this. Fridge, if you listen to this, the password is monkey tit. And if you tell me the password, I'll give you $10 and a Red Bull. And Tommy will show you his nipples.
The password is
I don't want to see.
nipple.
I'm not saying that to my mother. She's a grown woman. What is that? You know, it's that little thing. I'm not saying that to my mother.
The little nipple.
She showed me the birthmark on her lower back. It was so sexy. My dad's rubbing his nipples, right? So Tommy and Jeff, my father, both came from the bar, so they're a little loosened up today.
Loosened up.
To say the least.
Yeah.
We were
As I'm pounding a quesadilla.
We were quoting, in my opinion, Jim Carrey's best movie, The Cable Guy, Jeff, if you don't know what
Cable
that is.
Guy.
I've seen it.
Yes. I think it's his best movie. It's a dark comedy with Leslie Mann, Jim Carrey, Jack Black's in it, Owen Wilson's in it.
Yeah, it's
Matthew
actually
Broderick.
a really good movie.
It was Ben Stiller's directorial debut. Also, beforehand, Jim Carrey was the it guy, and he was the first actor to pull a $20 million check for a single movie, and that was The Cable Guy, which ended up being a box office bomb and later a cult classic. I think it's amazing. So I love the scene where Owen Wilson gets the shit kicked out of him in the bathroom. Right after that movie came out, then Jim Carrey kicked the shit out of himself in a bathroom in Liar Liar. So you win some, you lose some. Tommy, how's that quesadilla? Let's just start with a food review. You're eating a chicken quesadilla from Del Taco that's been sitting out for an hour. How is it?
Okay. Since it's been sitting down for an hour, it's not the best, but still kicks the pants off Taco Bell.
It smells good, though.
There's another one
I'm
right
sorry.
there.
I'm not a big Taco Bell fan, but anything that I have from Del Taco still trumps anything from Taco Bell.
It's just, it really does make a difference that they are chopping their own veggies and cutting their own chicken and frying it on the grill versus it coming prepackaged and just warmed up in a heating tray. So it makes a difference.
I would say that Taco Bell is the Kmart of fucking tacos, but that might be too much credit.
Well,
I hate Taco Bell.
Not a lot of people who know what Kmart is, so we'll say Walmart.
I was going to say Walmart. Kmart at least had some dignity to go out when they could.
I'm old. It's Kmart.
So I am going to turn up my father's mic first. There we go. All right. So, you know, I was always surprised to find out that Kmart bought Sears and not the other way around. I, for some reason, always thought Sears bought Kmart. Seemed like the bigger company to me. So I was surprised to find
and
out.
Kmart, Michigan-based, correct?
I think they both were. I could be wrong.
I think Kmart headquarters was Livonia.
I thought Kmart. I'm not trying
Something
to.
like that.
I thought Kmart headquarters was like at in Troy at like
Big Beaver.
16 or in.
They got taken over
16
by
Coolidge.
they got taken over by I believe Dunham's headquarters now. But yeah, it was like 16 in Coolidge. There was a headquarters there. Not to say there wasn't one in Livonia in the 1880s when they started. You know, when my dad was born. So who fucking knows? So Tommy must have liked it. He smashed that quesadilla in 3 bites.
Yeah, I got like a half a bite left.
All right, so this week I'm going to start here
Okay.
for our icebreaker. I want to know, we're going to go 2 questions here. First one, and then we're going to go the opposite way. What is a restaurant that no longer exists that you want back? Why? And what was your favorite order from there?
Man,
Bennigan's for the French onion soup.
So I've never had their French onion soup. I didn't start liking French onion soup until I was well into adulthood. But Bennigan's French onion soup,
It was phenomenal.
that good, huh?
Oh, it was. You knew what you were eating. It's not like what you get nowadays.
I got a secret to tell you. There is a Bennigan's up, I believe, in Saginaw.
But is it truly Bennigan's?
Yes, it is.
But who wants
Road
to go to
trip.
Saginaw?
Well, I didn't.
Saginaw's the Detroit of mid-Michigan.
I know it may not be Saginaw. I know it's like a half hour past Flint, but I believe it's up in that area. So if you did really want their French onion soup, it is up there.
Is it the last surviving?
Far as I know, yes.
All right, I am on the Bennigan's
good.
website since we have computers in our pockets. There are 6 Bennigan's left, and there's none in Michigan. There's 1 in Illinois, 2 in Iowa, 2 in Texas, and 1 in North Dakota.
Texas road trip.
Well, it must have closed.
So Bennigan's, though not closed, I would consider them pretty much gone because they at one point had hundreds of restaurants. Elgin, Illinois would be the closest, and that's going to be the smaller airport. It's not O'Hare, it's the other one because it's on Airport Road in Elgin, Illinois. So it's going to be an airport Bennigan's.
Okay, and I just did my Google, and it was showing it was a Flint address, but it does say permanently closed. So it just has closed within the past year.
So I'll accept that.
Because Monte Cristo was pretty good there.
I got to say, so French onion, have you had it from Mr. Paul's Chop House?
Yes.
Comparable, because that is a top tier French onion around here.
I think I'm going to go Bennigan's.
Okay, have you had it from Milestone Grill right here?
No.
Honestly, amazing French onion soup. Saw it online, tried it, very surprised. It's really, really good French onion for a little, family diner style restaurant.
Road trip.
So we're not going to Illinois. So Iowa, let's pass because Iowa sucks to drive through. But then again, so does Texas. One is in Borger, Texas. No idea where that is. And the other one's in Monahans, Texas. No idea where either of those are. And then we're not going to North Dakota. So you can go on a road trip on your own. Those all are the shittiest states to drive through. North Dakota. Who wants to go to North Dakota unless you're going to Fargo? And even then, that's just...
I don't want to go to Fargo.
I'd only go there because I like the show and movie.
I was going to say the movie, yeah.
So, French onion, that's your starter. What else are you getting from Bennigan's?
Nothing.
That's it.
The food sucked.
Oh, okay. Hey, Farva, what's that restaurant with all the goofy shit on the walls?
Shenanigans?
Oh, Tommy, what's your restaurant? What do you miss? What was your order there? Why do you want it back?
This one may sound stupid, but it was fast casual. I loved Payway.
Payway was P.F. Chang's fast casual restaurant.
Yeah,
so,
I loved it, and they got rid of it. I went there every Thursday night. Why every Thursday?
They
was
had a
just
special,
thing.
didn't they?
I don't know if it was a special, but I did like their pad thai.
It was one of their days they had 50% off appetizers.
It might have been that day, but whatever day it was, I went up there. I liked their pad thai. I tried their different offerings, but I did like their pad thai, and I went up there at least once a week, and I went to Mall of America in Minnesota, and they had one, and I'm like, oh my God. And yeah, it was in the mall, but I had it there, and that was, probably 2022 I had it the last time. But yeah, they closed the mall in Michigan. I do miss that. Chi-Chi's I miss.
Well,
I
that
like their
one's-
fried
that
ice
one's
cream,
coming
but it's
back.
supposed to be coming back. Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
supposed to be coming back.
I gotta hold on, real quick. Just a side note. Who says 2022?
2022, sorry.
That was so weird. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
I don't know-
2022.
I don't know that I've ever heard someone say it that way. Payway used to have a location at 12 a Mount, and I worked at the Meijer right next door. So
Oh, yeah.
I used to get
Yeah.
it about once a week when I was working, and it got taken over by actually almost every restaurant in that strip got taken over because there used to be what used to be my favorite sub shop because they had the best pepper relish was called Lenny's.
Lenny's was great because I used to work at the GM Tech Center.
Yeah. So you had Lenny's and you had Payway right at the corner, which got taken over by Estia, which became Zestia over a naming dispute. They're okay, but they're no Payway.
And even Blimpies and Quiznos is not around anymore, and they were pretty good.
Yeah, there's a Quiznos in Rochester Hills still.
Yep, I hit that every once in a while if I see it. I'm like, oh man, Quiznos.
Not a fan.
Quiznos torpedoes were absolutely amazing. You know, they're half the size of a sub and they're $4 or $5 a piece. But they were way ahead of the game with that stupid viral market ad of those little fucking furry,
rat
yeah,
thing?
the rat chinchilla,
Yeah, whatever that
the
thing
fuck
was.
it was. You know, we like the subs. So this might be some good news for you, Tommy. You go on the website of Payway Asian Kitchen and you
Okay.
go to locations, and it doesn't say there's any, but it has a note that says Payway locations coming soon this year.
That would be awesome.
I'm gonna guess Payway is gonna hit the last remaining 6 malls in Michigan, because that's what Payway really is.
Yeah, it's like a Panda Express.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah.
But the food was absolutely on par with P.F. Chang's at 1/3 the price.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
P.F. Chang's is a high-end Chinese restaurant, but it's still just fried chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I can go to PF Chang's and I would get a meal $17, but I can go to Payway and get this almost basically the same quality for $8.
Yeah. So I actually had P.F. Chang's only a couple times in my life. One was actually recently, and I got the orange chicken. It was good. And then I remember going on a, a blind date and met this girl who was
Blind?
well, I had to be blind to date her. Let's put it that way. She carried a Transformers wallet on a chain. I'm not making fun of the girl.
Was it
but
Optimus Prime or Bumblebee?
It was the Decepticons logo.
Decepticons, okay.
She was very homely. Let's just
Homely.
leave it at that. I ended up going out to dinner with her, and then we went to a bar after because that was the plan, and I didn't want to be rude. And we went to the bar and had one beer, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go home. It was great to see you. And I got into my car really slow, and as soon as she pulled out, I went back into the bar and drank all night. So, yeah, that's that.
Me and Becca's first date was at PF Chang's.
Okay. Do you remember what you got?
I believe it was their. I can't remember what they call it, but it was like a one of their spicy chicken. Can't remember what it's called.
General Tso?
Not General Tso. It was
Okay.
like some, not Kung Pao, but
it
it
the
was
chili chicken?
something like that. It was like a chili chicken, but yeah.
I had
I brought her orange roses, and we went to Partridge Creek and met her there. And I actually was sick and wanted to cancel, but made it through the date, and then we shopped around Partridge Creek.
So I'd ask you how much that date costed you, but since you're married, the answer is a lot.
We didn't buy anything at the actual first date cost maybe under 100, but
The joke was it cost you
I
everything,
know,
Thomas.
but now I'm compiling
Oh, gosh.
yeah,
So
thousands.
speaking of Chinese, though, especially fast casual, Motor City Casino. I was there yesterday. Grabbed some. I stopped to grab some dinner on the way out to try and use my comps. And they have a pop-up Chinese restaurant on weekends. Avoid it at all costs.
Okay.
It is frozen Chinese food that they slapped together for $23. Thankfully, they were literally about to close, and she handed it to me for free. So,
Yeah.
But I don't even think it was worth free. It was that bad. Let me put it that way.
You gave me some leftovers from Motor City.
Yeah, that was their high-end steakhouse. Though.
I was gonna say it was really good. The leftovers.
That was a short rib pasta that we.
It was really good.
I'd hope so. That's a $50 pasta.
I was gonna say me and Becca destroyed it.
Yeah. So their steakhouse is pretty good. I had an excellent steak there. Their sides were average, but their jumbo shrimp appetizer, whew, they gave you a cocktail sauce and a side of horseradish, and that horseradish is real and potent. Cleared my sinuses right up.
D Prime.
Revel. No, it's the Motor City Steakhouse that they closed the buffet for. Which, good choice on them. A casino should have a steakhouse, but at the same time, all the buffets are closing. And it's not even that I like buffets, but I do like buffets. Because you go a month without a buffet, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to eat. Why not go somewhere that has 9 different cuisines?
I miss Old Country Buffet.
Oh, God, we can talk about Old Country Buffet and Sweden House and...
Sweden House.
Ponderosa.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. There used to be one at 12 in Van Dyke.
Yeah, 12 Van Dyke, and I believe one at 14 in John R.
Yeah.
14 John R.
Yeah.
13 and Jefferson, or Little Mac, wasn't it?
I think we
Or
talked
was it-
about...
No, 13 in Harper.
I don't know when we talked about it last, but my favorite part about Old Country Buffet...
Chocolate milk.
It's the fucking
chocolate milk.
A chocolate milk on tap. It was a faucet of chocolate
Dude,
milk. And there
I
was
know it's
something
so dumb.
but it was something about that chocolate milk specifically.
It's
Milk
like
in
the
a
Coke
bag.
at McDonald's.
Yeah. And I'd be I don't care. I'd be a 50-year-old man still getting chocolate milk with my meal.
Sweden House had awesome chocolate milk. I don't know what it was.
So I just got to find out where they got their chocolate milk.
And I haven't had it since I was like 12, but still.
So did I not last podcast talk about how I stole a kid's chocolate milk?
Yes,
So,
I believe, yeah.
I have chocolate milk like twice a year, but every time I get it, and I've talked to my dad about this, it's dangerous to buy like a half gallon or a gallon of chocolate milk because I will drink it cup after cup after cup until it's gone.
Yeah.
And there is something about chocolate milk. However, grown men and women that drink white milk as a beverage are fucking evil.
It only goes in cereal.
Talking to you, Fridge. Gosh, and
He's a
Scott's
weirdo.
Scott's brother too. But
Steve,
yeah,
he's a weird bird.
do you drink white milk on its own, Father?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, is it 2% or whole milk?
You said milk.
Okay, my bad. Yeah,
Milk?
we didn't get
Milk?
That's what you milk. Last week or 2 weeks ago, you were saying milk.
Whole milk only.
It's still evil. Like you're a criminal.
No.
What is you're drinking tit juice from an animal that
Tit
eats
juice.
its own shit?
You got a problem with titty?
I have a problem. You want to put your mouth on the cow titty? You go put your mouth on a cow titty. I'm going to go ahead and eat my.
I'll wait till it's pasteurized,
I'll eat
but
my-
I love me a cold glass of milk.
Yeah. Okay.
Only if you're dipping cookies or cereal in it.
So I'll use it in cereal, and I don't drink my cereal milk unless it's a couple cereals.
Yeah.
When I get milk out, which is very rare to dunk a cookie in, I dump the milk when I'm done with it.
Yeah. Oreos and chocolate chips. That's about it.
The only cereal I drink the milk after, it's Fruity Pebbles because for some reason it just tastes great.
Fruity Pebbles.
And then Nesquik whatever
God, I can tell
cereal
I
where
have-
it turned into chocolate milk
I can
on
tell
purpose.
I came from Tipsy's.
Yeah, you guys are a little tipsy. So anyway, back to my original question. I guess I should
Yeah,
say
sorry.
mine. You're good. I have two.
Yeah, because I have a couple questions as well.
I'm going to start with they were killed by, and I'm going to go on a caveat here about a different chain, but they were killed by Qdoba and Chipotle. But it was a burrito place. It was the original big burrito place. That
Are you
was
going
around here.
Moe's?
Baja Fresh.
Dude, Baja Fresh.
It's good. And like a Del Taco, they have all their ingredients sitting there in the cooler, and it's a clear doored cooler, and you can see them chopping their veggies and putting them in trays. My dad's first time was in Vegas when we went. I had you stop at Baja Fresh the first day we were there, and they have something called a nacho burrito. It's crunch up, like tortilla strips, jalapeno, chicken, lettuce, cheese. It's just fucking great. And I don't know why they went away.
Okay, so I have a buddy named Nick, and when I was working with him, he's like, I love Baja Fresh. And I'm like, I never have been there. And every lunch, 3, maybe 4 out of the 5 days, It was either Baja Fresh or Boston Market, and he would win Baja Fresh. And I'm like, I'll go with you. I fell in love with that place.
And then they have a salsa bar.
Yeah.
Serve your own salsa, and they have like 8 different levels.
The variety was good.
Yeah. And you get a bag of chips with every burrito, and unlike Qdoba and Chipotle, the greedy bastards.
And I was like, this place trumps any of the other Chipotle or Qdobas.
Even in Vegas, my burrito was only like $11 or $12, like on par with just a Chipotle or anything like that. But you get chips with it. You get your salsa bar. I mean, it's better money.
The last one that I remember, I believe, was at Rochester and Auburn, and I don't even know if they're still there.
It's not. There's none in Michigan now. The last one I remember was at 16 and Crooks. Maybe it was like 15 and Crooks. It was right across from the Oakland County Airport.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I'm going to go on a little caveat here and say, though, there is a better big burrito. There's only one around in Michigan that I know of. There used to be one at 13 and John R. But it is... and I'm going to have a fucking mind fart. I'm not even the drunk one here. Hold on 2 seconds.
13 and John R.
Hold on. I'm gonna get. It used to be at 13 and John R in front of like the Target, 13 and a half and John R. There is one.
Joe's? Or Moe's, I mean.
No, it's not a Moe's, but they have not only some of the best sauce I've ever had, they have a tool called the Bob. They call it Bob. And they make your burrito, and then they take this plastic spatula and they mix your burrito up so every bite has everything. Instead of you ever been to a burrito place where they wrap it wrong and you get a bite of rice, then a bite of beans. It's called.
It used to be a Walden Books years ago, and they turned it into this place. I'm trying to remember the name of the place.
Well, I'm going to keep talking about it and hopefully it triggers something for me. They have 2 sauces too. There's one called Greenade, which is a verde sauce, and then they have Fla Volcano. And they're both up there on the spice list. And I will absolutely recommend this place at any time. And the fact that I can't remember what it's called is really pissing me off. Burrito Bob Tool. That's how I'm going to find it on Google. Pancheros. There you go.
Pancheros.
So Pancheros is, in my opinion, the best of the burrito chains. They're small. They're getting started still. I don't know. They're only like 20 years old. That's still a startup for a restaurant, in my opinion. So Baja Fresh, that is my fast casual one. And then for a regular restaurant, I was going to go with Old Country Buffet, but we already kind of brought it up.
Yeah.
I'm going to add in Ponderosa. And there's still a lot down south, and there's one left in Michigan. I think it's Bay City or Saginaw, too.
I still think the best one's in Florida, though.
You got to go down south for it. And they have Ponderosa, and it's connected to... What's that other buffet chain down there? It's the same concept, but a little bit better. It's got another hillbilly southern name. But Ponderosa was awesome because...
Sizzler. No.
I've never been to a Sizzler.
When I went to California, I tried it.
So there is now a Ponderosa in Mount Pleasant and Clare, Michigan as well.
I believe you have been to Sizzler when we went down to Florida.
I don't think so. I would have remembered. I'm a fat man.
Feast Haven?
Bonanza is the other one, by the way. But Ponderosa had a fun concept. It had a buffet, but you ordered your meal before you get the buffet. The buffet was included with your entree. So you get there and you order a steak or steak tips. Steak tips is normally what we did because they reheated better. You order steak tips and you get the buffet and you fill up on the buffet and take your meal home.
I've went to the biggest buffet in America, Shady Maple Smorgasbord in Pennsylvania.
Yep. It's on my list of things to do.
I've got to do that. That was a blast. And I did that prior to gastric, so I got to take it all in.
Was it as big as it says it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an all-day event.
Yeah, that's that John Panette joke where you be here for an hour.
Yeah.
Go home. You scare my wife.
Yeah.
Why you get fried rice? Get broccoli.
Back in 2003, I lived in Pennsylvania, and the guys there like, dude, you have to go there. And I'm like, okay. So we took a Saturday, a couple of the guys in the church, and we went down there, or over there rather, and my God, we lined up there on a Saturday morning, started with the breakfast, slowly ate. Then
I'm sorry, you got there at breakfast and ate through lunch? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We were there like 3-4 hours, and we had probably 5-6 plates.
I hope you tipped them well.
Oh, yeah. And It's one thing. Yeah, you got to do it once if you enjoy buffets. But yeah, Shady Maple Smorgasbord. I believe. Oh, let me look what city it's actually in.
I think it's like in Amish country, isn't it?
Oh yeah, East Earl, Pennsylvania. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's all Amish, man.
There's actually, so my dad and I have been looking at this lately. There's a new place in Southfield that opened up, and it's like a Southern kitchen, soul food type kitchen buffet. They have your staples every day, where you have your fried chicken and your collard greens and your mac and cheese and your cobblers and your biscuits.
Oh yeah.
And then they have the other half of the buffet that changes every day. And the other day, I'm watching TikTok, and they're saying what they have on there, and they had like barbecue Cornish hens and lamb chops and ribs, and I'm
Good
like,
Lord.
and it's called Majestic Cafe or something like that in
Majestic.
Southfield. So we'll let you know when we go.
Yeah.
I can't eat for shit anymore because I'm on GLP-1.
Yeah.
You can't eat for shit
No.
anymore because you have gastric and GLP-1.
Yeah.
But my dad will eat enough for both of us. But
Take a little piece of everything.
that's exactly it. At least
Yeah.
you still get your variety. Shelby wants to go too, so we'll make a whole day of it. By the way, I haven't updated in a couple weeks. I am down 44 pounds
Wow.
in 2 months and 1 week.
2 months and 1 week.
Yeah,
Wow.
so this shit works. It's insane. I used to be able to knock out an entire Chinese takeout dinner, which is a lot of fucking
Yeah.
food for anyone. The other day, I think 3 or 4 people ate off of one meal, and I was full of shit.
I mean, I've lost 150. I was like 155 pounds with the gastric, and I've been taking the GLP now I'm starting my 5th week because I bumped up, and now I'm down 177 pounds. So I've lost like 22 on the GLP. So yeah.
Wait till you get. I'm on a milligram, so I started my 3rd month.
Okay.
So I'm on 1 milligram, which is 4
Yeah,
times the initial dose. You're on
wow.
0.5, I'm guessing now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that bump made me feel a little queasy for a couple days. It was worse than the first one. I'm scared to go to the 2.4, but after a couple days, it fizzled out, and I dropped like 8 pounds that week.
Yeah. I've had a couple side effects like lightheadedness after I take the injection for about an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa,
And
really.
I'm doubting it's the effects of the actual medication. Have you ever self-injected anything?
No.
It might be just a little bit of psychological thing.
yeah.
Because you're not going to feel the side effects of the GLP for hours.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that's probably it. Because I know Shelby, her second time ever doing the self-injection, she almost passed out. And then I do it for her now.
Or she thought she was leaking.
She did. So anyway, we'll definitely check that out. The buffet down there. All the weight we lost, my dad found in his arteries anyway. So
I got a big artery now.
you're not baby veins no more. After
I
the
got
fifth,
one big artery.
after the 5th attempt, they were able to put a stent in finally. So anyway, that was a long intro about restaurants.
Yeah.
I have a backup question that's the reverse of this still.
Okay.
Restaurants that exist that shouldn't.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to start right away with Applebee's. Applebee's is a gimmick restaurant that, and I'm going to tell you, my brother was a cook there for 7 years,
Okay.
and he said there was only like 3 or 4 items made to order. The rest is microwaved. Your pastas are microwaved. Your meal, you have like your steak and your fried foods and your potatoes. That's about it. And salads. That's about it. That's fresh made. If it has a noodle in it, you guarantee they're microwaving it. Their seafood, I believe, is. I'm not quoting. I'm just saying that he said there was only a handful of items that are freshly made. The rest are microwaved.
I don't like any chain restaurants, to be honest with you.
It's a whole thing I have here about chain restaurants in general. I agree that a mom and pop shop not only should get our support, they're typically better. There are some chains I like.
I like fast casual or a mom and pop.
Yeah.
So like any TGI Fridays, Red Robins, Applebee's, anything like that, I kind of tend to stay away from. I'm not about that.
It's the deals that get me in the door very occasionally. I very rarely will go to these restaurants. But, your Applebee's, when you get like... One of the few things at Applebee's that aren't too bad to me is their, boneless chicken wings. Mm-hmm. They throw that all-you-can-eat boneless chicken wing, rib tip, and something shrimp, I think. It's $20, and it's all you can eat. Back when I ate a lot, I'd go in there for that. I'd eat 20 boneless wings and a couple orders of shrimp for $20. It's worth it to me.
Yeah, like why would I go to B Dubs when I can go to Detroit Wing Company?
Exactly. It's a local chain. Well, they're getting pretty big.
Yeah. I know they've opened like 10 restaurants.
But
now?
I remember they probably got 20 now.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, they're in MGM Casino downtown now.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but
because I know they were like in St. Clair Shores like 10 years ago.
The original one was in East Point, a 9 mile.
Or East Point, yeah,
9 mile in Kelly, roughly.
Yeah.
But the wings are, at least in my experience, and I don't want you to go out and go to your local one and be pissed because it's not the same as the original. But the original, your boneless wings are the size of a fucking chicken tender.
I have people in different states will say, "Oh no." In my experience, there has never been a better wing than at Detroit Wing Company.
I agree.
It's got to be bone-in, though. I don't like boneless.
See, I like them both, but their bone-ins are even
but
fucking
at Detroit
massive.
Wing Company, boneless are amazing.
But
I prefer bone-in.
Their bone-in are also massive.
Yeah.
They are good. But
And then they have the happy hour from 2 to 4?
Yeah, it's like 40% off.
40%, yeah.
So, and they run deals all the time,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where else? I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings is more expensive than it, and they're half the size. But where else are you going to get 100 wings for $100?
I know.
You have 4 people over for a football game. It's $25 each, and you get 25 massive fucking wings.
Yeah.
I won't lie though. Buffalo Wild Wings, they have good sauces. Detroit Wing Company has some really good ones.
I do love the garlic parmesan from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Asian Zing, and then
Asian Zing is great.
one that went away and then came back and went away again is Hot Barbecue. And my brother told me, he's like, it's just hot and barbecue mixed together. I'm like, it doesn't taste the fucking same.
No.
I don't know if I'm doing the proportions wrong. I don't know if there's different fucking sulfates in it, but they do not taste the same when you mix them on your own. So fuck you, bring it back. Buffalo Wild Wings.
What was the other one that I liked? Some teriyaki. I can't remember.
I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
I just think that Buffalo Wild Wings, that's the reason to get me in the door is if you have the buy one, get one free or the, whatever, 50% off. Same fucking deal.
And it is convenient because when it came over for the game, I know that time it
wasn't the restaurant's fault. It was the delivery driver's fault.
It was DoorDash, but it was nice. We're watching the Lions game and you can't call Detroit Wing Company to come over here.
Yeah. And I do own a trivia company that is dwindling, but at one point we were in the only one that ever opened in Michigan that I believe, Buffalo Wild Wings competitor. They're trying to anyway, same size, same kind of layout, TVs everywhere. Buffalo's Anchor Bar. They started expanding. They were pretty damn good wings. I just think the guy that owned it, he's like, I just see a cash grab money opportunity here. He franchised it and didn't run it right and it closed down. But they were pretty damn good. Anyway, so for chain restaurants that shouldn't exist, Applebee's is definitely agreed upon.
No, it's not. They have one dish that's good.
Shut up.
One.
What, the riblets?
No,
Oh, hell no.
those rib tips are disgusting. Or riblets or
That was put it in your mouth and spit it out.
no. My dad likes the chicken and shrimp,
Yep. Bourbon Street chicken and shrimp.
which is just a frozen sauce poured over some microwave shrimp.
And it had butter.
Who gives a shit?
And it had butter.
That,
How many heart surgeries have you had?
a couple.
The butter is the selling point for this man.
It's good. There's really nothing else there I like. They do have a decent salad. But as far as their entrees, that's the only thing I go there for. I wouldn't go there for anything else.
But you're saying a restaurant
There's a
should
reason
remain
why
open
they
for
give you
one
2 for $20 and
I
all you
didn't
can
say
eat
that
wings
they
and all
should
that.
remain open. However,
The question is restaurants that shouldn't be open. If you're only good for one damn meal, you shouldn't be open. So we agree it shouldn't be open.
okay, but they're adding IHOP to their menu now. You know that, right?
Isn't it IHOB, the International House of Burgers?
Yeah, that
Remember
was
that promotion? The dumbest thing. It was
wasn't
during
that
COVID.
like a year and a half?
It was during
2?
COVID.
It was COVID. Good
Yeah, it's been
God.
that long already, but they tried to rebrand as
Man.
IHOB to get people in.
This is one concept that I don't think is going to work. Join an IHOP for the breakfast and lunch with an Applebee's.
Nah, give me
It's
Denny's
not
over
gonna
IHOP.
work. Oh, I don't even like
that's
Denny's.
a good one to bring back is Denny's.
Listen, I don't
Going
like
back to
Denny's.
your first question.
But when it's 4 a.m. and you're drunk and need something to eat, there's nothing like a Moon's Over My Hammy, okay? Or a Grand Slam with sausage.
Well, now you got to drive an hour to go get it because there's none local.
I know. Trust me, I know. We've talked about it. I've had some interesting stories at Denny's.
Oh, man.
You know what? It reminds me of a story. And I'm going to get off topic here for a second, but we drove down to Ohio maybe
Man,
10 years
the
ago.
strip club, there was a country boy at like 9 in John R.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. In Hazel Park.
Hazel Park, yeah.
That fucking place is always booming at 4 in the morning or 2 p.m. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Yeah.
Tommy, myself, and Scott drove down to Ohio for a motorcycle club event.
I know where this one's going.
And we got there, and I've never had it. So I'm like, we're in this hotel, and in the parking lot of the hotel is a fucking Waffle House. And I've never had a Waffle House.
And neither have I, by the way, at that time.
So I'm like, let's
You
fucking
didn't go back again, did you?
Oh, it gets
Oh,
worse.
you wait till you hear this story.
So we're 2 hours into Ohio. I think it was Columbus. So we're
Yeah, it was-
3.5 hours away,
Yeah,
2 hours into
something
Ohio.
like that, yeah.
So we get there. It's like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. We eat dinner at Waffle House. And then we go party our asses off with the motorcycle club. Drunk as a skunk. And we go, it's 2 in the morning. What the fuck is open? We're in a hotel. Waffle House for the second time in 12 hours. And I'll tell you what. The hangover with the greasy shits, worst day of my fucking... 3.5 hours in a car with Tommy on the way back. I just can't imagine doing that ever again.
And then
Was
we
that
hit
the
a
trip
head-
that your fucking wheels almost fell off your 300 too?
Yes.
Yeah.
For some...
So they had that independent suspension, and
Yeah,
your fucking wheels
We'll
were
just
bowing
start
out.
wobbling for some...
Being behind you, your wheels were halfway at 45-degree angles.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is going on?
What was going on is you packed a Chrysler 300 with 6,000 pounds of man, with 2 meals of Waffle House.
Was anybody
And we
dumb
stopped at
enough
the
to get
head
the
shop.
hamburger?
We stopped at a head shop on the way home.
I don't remember what I got. All I know is I never want Waffle House again.
It's the worst fucking hamburger you will ever eat in your life.
No, all I ate was breakfast. Every meal, I think we had it 3 times in like 16 hours.
Yeah, because I think we got it for
for
breakfast.
breakfast
next day.
the morning before we left.
It was so fucking... It's like I'm hungover. What do? Waffle House. Now, that brings up another story. Never drive to Florida with my dad. Because even though I never fucking had Waffle House as a kid, we drove to Florida one time, and I'm like 5, and this is one of my first memories of my life. I'm telling you, I have 2 memories. My first memory of my entire life is eating unfrosted cake out of the pan by the handful while my mom is going, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And I'm eating my fucking birthday cake as it's unfrosted and warm in the pan. That's my first memory. My second memory of my life is driving to Florida with my dad. And if you drive through Ohio and south, 75, every 10 miles is a Waffle House. And for a
Yep.
fucking 18-hour drive, every time a Waffle House sign goes by, my dad goes, Waffle House. Waffle
Big
House.
yellow sign.
You
I'm
can't miss them.
No.
I'm not. All I know is that's how you keep 10 kilometers. Waffle House. Waffle. Oh, we went another 10 miles. Waffle House. Another 10 miles. Oh, anyway. Where was it? Okay, I'm going back to restaurants. Chili's was at one point going the same way, in my opinion, as Applebee's. Just a fucking forgettable microwave meal. They've turned themselves around. Chili's is actually pretty fucking decent now.
They went from like a 3 to a 7 in the past year and a half.
It's been longer than that even. When I worked at Micro Center, which would have been 2012, I went on a mandate with my coworker, JT, and we went to Chili's because I had a gift card, and I got the chili con queso dip. And it was one of the best chili con queso dips I've ever had in my fucking
Their
life.
con queso is really good.
Yes, served in a skillet, out of the fucking broiler, and delicious, melty, delicious goodness.
Surprisingly, the ribs are pretty good too, though.
Chili's baby back ribs are not bad.
My dad likes their ribs, and when he goes, he'll eat those.
It's not that. So, like I said, restaurants that deserve to be closed. If you're only good for one meal, you should probably close.
Their chicken crispers.
They're chicken tenders. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're good.
but they call them crispers. It's a different type of chicken tender.
They have a great Jack Daniel's barbecue or something like that.
And they have like a honey chipotle.
Yeah.
And
So,
it's
anyway, like I said,
Tex-Mex.
all these restaurants that are good for 1 or 2 meals, they shouldn't stay open. But I can find a meal I like at all these restaurants. For instance, you brought up ribs.
Fridays.
TGI Fridays,
Yep.
Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce ribs were fucking amazing.
Yes.
They could be raw and still be good. They could be overdone. They were still good. That
What do you-
flavor
what do you know about-
made you eat them.
What do you know about raw ribs, Dad?
Yeah, we had that story.
Let's hear it. Local restaurant called Capers, which there's one left at 7 in Gratiot, but there used to be one
one
at
left.
what, like 18 in Grossbeck?
Papers.
It was
My God, I haven't heard
Elizabeth
that in
and
a while.
Grossbeck.
Yeah, so right there by the prison.
Coming
And yeah,
back from
steak by the ounce.
We were coming back from the casino up in Sarnia.
Yeah.
My wife and I decided, let's get ribs. Well, capers, we loved capers. So we pull in, and you have to picture this as it's kind of dimly lit.
Okay.
Right? So you can't,
Kind of?
Yeah.
If you hold your hand out at the end of your arm, like you don't know how many fingers you're holding up in Capers.
First off, before I tell you the whole story, I will tell you, if you ever wanted a baked potato there, you had to feed 4 people. These things came out and they were the size of bowling balls. I mean, they were fucking huge.
Every potato was a 2-pound potato.
Wow.
But anyway, we stop in there and we order ribs. Mm-hmm. So my wife's ribs comes out, and she's looking at them. She's, I think these are raw. And I'm looking at them, and it's like, no, I don't think they're raw. It's just red from the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
So she's sitting there, and she's
She's got open pit on them.
She just keeps arguing with me. I think they're raw. So finally, I said, just cut one off, take a bite. It's not raw. She cuts
Now
a
hold
rib
on.
off.
She is afraid of a medium rare.
No, she's afraid of medium.
Yeah, you're right. Any pink is no go.
It's all blood.
Yeah.
It's got to be barbecued to charcoal.
Yeah.
That's how she
So,
eats,
so for
right?
my dad to say, fuck it, try it.
So she cuts a rib off, takes a bite, and somehow somebody back there fucked up. They sent out a raw slab of ribs with barbecue sauce on it, and that's what they gave her.
That's kind of hilarious. I mean,
So here's the thing, though. There's a couple problems here. One, you don't barbecue sauce raw ribs. You barbecue sauce them at the end.
Yes.
That's one problem. Two, most restaurants parboil their ribs because you're not waiting an hour for a slab of ribs.
yeah, they're kind of half prepared.
They're mostly cooked.
Yeah.
And then they finish them off with barbecue sauce and
Yeah.
broiler. So that's 2 problems. Third problem, Denise. If you go out to fucking eat with Denise, there will be a problem with food somewhere.
That's a fact.
It's
That's
most
fact.
it's most of the time her food, but I don't think I've ever eaten at a restaurant with Denise where one person didn't have something fucked up. I'm talking like we go to a local restaurant that is a favorite, Harbor House.
okay.
You know, all you can eat. It's not a buffet though. They do have a salad bar, but it's all you can eat. But they order or they cook everything fresh, but they're mini portions. So you get like 3 bones of ribs, 4 bones of ribs at a time. Every time we go there, I want a plain baked potato, no butter, no sour cream. They bring it out with butter and sour cream, and I'm not joking. 3 times in a row, it came out with the loaded baked potato, and she goes, "I didn't want anything on here." They go, "Oh, you're right. We ran out of potatoes." So she got the last one, and all 3 fucking times, this potato was loaded with butter and sour cream, and she hates dairy.
And then tell her we're out of potatoes.
3 fucking times. I'm like, how does that even fucking happen? That's a great
She
restaurant.
literally does have the worst luck when we go to a restaurant, though. It
It's-
doesn't matter. I
the
mean, there's
food
always
is
something
wrong,
that's
or
completely
Quit being
screwed up.
picky.
Oh, it's not even being picky.
No,
dude.
like she'll order fish and get like dog food. It's that much of a change. You know, I
She's
get
got
I,
the worst
I
luck when it
get
comes to food.
I get ordering, you know, this and it's slightly wrong or an
Yeah, like
ingredient
they'll order a
is
burger with
missing.
no tomato and it comes
Yeah.
with tomato and you pick it off.
Yeah, unless you're allergic, I get it.
Yeah.
I was raving to her. I kept telling her when I was younger, I used to constantly go to the steakhouse Outback.
Yeah.
So she doesn't do dairy, right? So we go into Outback, and I'm talking this place up. Well, we start off with our salads. Well, she's ordering salad. No cheese. Simple request. Comes out loaded with fucking cheese, right? So she sends it back, and we had this young kid for a waiter, and he takes it back, and he says, "Oh, I'll make it right for you." Oh, we're all happy.
Yeah.
You know, he screwed up. No big deal. Goes back, comes back, salad, puts it on a table. It's got little flakes of cheese. You could see it all over. So she looks at him and says, there's still cheese in here. He looks there, he says, I tried to pick it all out.
Okay. So,
That's the luck she has.
As fucked up as that is not the first time this has happened.
That is not.
We went to, I'm going to start with this one.
Mr.
Paul's.
Yep.
A really well-renowned.
A nice place.
restaurant.
She orders the Michigan salad, which has feta cheese. It's a Michigan apple salad, right? It was apple.
Cranberry. Isn't it cranberry or
I think
cherry,
it was
something like that?
It was like Michigan cherries and apples. Anyway, long story short, came with feta cheese. She says no cheese. High-end restaurant. You expect them to make this right. Comes out, feta cheese everywhere. Okay, I don't like cheese. Let me make that right for you. Comes back, flakes of feta. They go, oh, we ran out of ingredients and we tried to pick it out.
True story.
So let's go again. This is not a salad, but let's talk about McDonald's. They used to years ago run these specials. It was like Monday was 29-cent hamburgers, Tuesday was 39-cent cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So we went up there on Tuesday and we got 2 cheeseburgers for me, 2 cheeseburgers for my brother, 2 cheeseburgers for my dad. And they go, can I get 2 cheeseburgers, no cheese for Denise? She wasn't with us, thank God, because she would have probably flipped her shit. Denise doesn't get angry very often, but I'm sure if she actually saw this, she would have flipped her shit. So what do you do if you order 2 cheeseburgers with no cheese?
You get 2 hamburgers.
You make 2 hamburgers, right? Well, we can't do that because their hamburgers aren't on special. So you have to put it in 2 cheeseburgers minus cheese. We get these cheeseburgers out here. We go, we need 2 without cheese. They send them back, and this fucking kid takes his fingernail and starts scraping the cheese off right in front of us. And we go, no. I'm 8 years old, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? This is her luck.
Call the manager over, and his excuse was, oh, he's new. It'll be all right. Fuck you, it's okay.
I'm sorry. You have to pay me to eat fingernail jizz. Like, Jesus, fuck. Oh, man.
Damon's. Took her to Damon's. What do? Got a whole restaurant of seating, right?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't liked Damon since he was in Living Color.
I actually have either one of you
Hope
ever
we don't
been
play
to,
that.
Have either one of you ever been to Damon's?
No.
I know it, but I've never been there.
Okay, so they were
Fire Marshal Bill.
they were at 14 Mile up here
Let me
by
show you
Walmart.
something.
And they were known for prime rib.
Okay.
Right? Well, I was in the mood for prime rib. So Denise and I go up there, we go get prime rib.
Prime Junior.
Prime rib.
Wait. I got the Arnold Palmer Bros here. Prime Nerve. Hold on. I got Tommy and my dad.
Arnold Palmer and Prime Nerve.
Both of whom can't say Arnold Palmer. You guys want Arnold Palmer? Anyway, you're at Damon's. You're getting prime rib.
Arnold Palmer's a 3 Palmer limit, just so you know.
Okay, can I'm going to write it down and bring it back up because we got to talk about that. That doesn't
but anyway, we go to this place, and all I want is prime rib. I mean, one, it's a fucking whiteout blizzard outside, but I want prime rib. We're going.
Okay.
Right? So we go up to Damon's.
Fat guys want food. They get food.
Isn't that the truth? So anyway, we go into this place.
I wanted to smoke some food and it's snowing out. I'm out on the smoker.
Hey, during COVID, Scott and me drove 5 hours round trip for fucking hot now hamburgers. So, fat guy wants food.
In
Hey, we're
Amish
going
country,
again.
Michigan.
I'm in. Sturgis,
going.
Michigan.
Yeah, Sturgis.
So anyway, we go
bought a
into this
t-shirt.
place. Now I got 2 stories about this restaurant.
Okay.
First off, the food was phenomenal.
Uh-huh.
Right?
You can say
Except
phenomenal,
this
but
time.
not Arnold Palmer.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
It's a phenomenal Arnold Palmer.
So anyway, we go into this place, and they were set up kind of like a sports bar. I mean, the walls were all lined with TVs and everything, but great food.
Okay.
Great food. So I'm there for one reason. Give me a fucking prime rib. So we walk in, and we sit down, and we order apps and a couple of drinks. An hour after we're there, the waitress comes up. Oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you we're out of prime rib. So I waited for an hour for prime rib that I'm not getting. So anyway, we got pissed off, ended up walking out of the place, right? Well, across the street was Lone Star. So we said, we'll just go to Lone Star. They got prime rib. I'm getting prime rib. I don't care where I'm going, but I'm getting prime rib. Go across the street. Still a whiteout. I mean, it's snowing. You couldn't see the front end of your car.
Yeah.
So I get over there. We walk in the restaurant. Her and I are the only ones in this restaurant. So this, once again, goes back, you can't take Denise to a restaurant.
You can't even order her carryout. What are you talking about?
Every fucking place we go, I swear they got a picture on the wall, and we're going to fuck this up for you. So we walk in a Lone Star. Nobody in the fucking restaurant except for me and her. There's a manager at the door. He greets us. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. The usual shit. They take us to our seat. About 45 minutes later, we said, now we're done. No drinks, no orders, no nothing. So we get up to leave, and the manager says, hope you enjoyed your stay with us today. And Denise, as mild as this woman is, she goes off. Well, it would have been nice had we got somebody to wait on us. 45 minutes, and nobody even came to the table to say hello. But anyway, second story with Damon's is we went back, and we're going to try it again.
Yeah.
I want prime rib. We get in there. They set us next to the kitchen, and what happens? We're sitting there, and there's flies all over the place. We look to our left. They set us next to the garbage cans. We're done.
A garbage can shouldn't even be on the floor. It should
They
be in the
were
waitress
on
stick.
our
Yeah.
side of the kitchen.
Jeez. So I remember one time we went to the Golden Corral, and that's a mistake in and of itself.
Yeah.
It was me and my dad and my ex, and we went there for breakfast. We never had their breakfast.
It was technically it was lunch.
It was right at the end of breakfast
right
into the
around noon.
interchange. Anyway, they had breakfast out, and then we were like, let's go get it. We can get the end of breakfast. Anyway, we sit down, and the same fucking thing happened. We sat down for like 20, 30 minutes. No one came by and get our drinks, which at the Golden Corral, you put your drink order in, they print it off
Yeah.
on a receipt, and they just bring it to you. So we decided to go get some breakfast food. I am not joking. I shit you not is what I meant to say. I got a biscuits and gravy. I put a biscuit on my plate, and it was so damn dry and hard. I pulled it off my plate and knocked it on the table. And it sounded like a damn rock. So 20, 30 minutes go by. No one comes and gets their drink. She finally comes by, forgets half of them. And I go, fuck this. Let's go somewhere else. Go to the manager. I'm like, need a refund. He's like, did you guys eat? And we tried, but we couldn't eat a rock.
Yeah.
Gave us a refund. And because we were so disappointed, we drove around for what, 2 hours?
Probably.
We just drove up and down all the mile roads looking for something to eat before we picked some. I don't even remember where we ended up.
Twin Peaks, wasn't it?
Was it Twin Peaks?
I think we went to Twin Peaks.
So that was that. That brings up two other. God, this is just flowing.
I was
today.
gonna say it's just kind of going.
So
Before you change the subject, the day that we were at the buffet there, the only thing that you could get was a biscuits and gravy because there was nothing else out there, if you remember. Everything was empty.
I don't know. Yeah, pretty much. So the Arnold Palmer, real quick. If you go to a local place called the Limelight, make sure you don't want more than 2 refills. I ordered a third refill, which it's lemonade and iced tea. It's no more expensive than a soda or a lemonade or iced tea on their own. I got a third drink, and she goes, "There's a limit of 3 on Arnold Palmer's," and I'm like,
At Limelight and Warren?
"Yeah." And
Which just didn't want to make it.
Which, by the way, was one of the first restaurants we went to for our Fat Guy Friday food reviews.
Yep.
And I go there, and they have house specialty ribs. Well, okay, I love ribs.
Yeah.
Are these good? Oh, they're fall off the bone and delicious. Shit you not, I almost pulled out a tooth trying to bite into those ribs. I'm like, you told me these were fall off the bone. She's like, I've never seen them like that. I'm like, bullshit, lady. You're trying to push the bad meat.
Speaking of ribs, you know where you got to go now.
Madhouse.
Got to go to Madhouse.
14 and
Have you
Stevenson,
ever
right
been there?
across from Twin Peaks.
Okay, haven't heard of it, but I'm down.
It's only like 6
go
or
to the
7 years
ribs.
old. It's a bar right in
Okay.
front of the McDonald's and hotel right there. Best restaurant ribs I've ever had.
Okay.
And they're not expensive. 22 bucks.
No, I think they were like, I think when we went last time, it was like 26 now.
I don't know if they're that much, but either way, for a full slab, it's like 25 bucks for order of fries, a full slab, coleslaw, and I think a super salad.
And they do fall off the bone.
Yes.
Okay.
So that brings up 2 other things, and because we're right across the street from Twin Peaks right now, I'm going to bring this one up first. Restaurants that I want back, Tilted fucking Kilt.
Tilted Kilt. I
Forgot all
love
about
that place.
until you mentioned the Twin Peaks. Tilted Kilt was a restaurant, much like a Hooters or a Tilted Kilt or a Twin Peaks, but the best food. It was first of all an Irish pub.
I was gonna say it was a bar.
It was a
great
sports.
food.
It was a sports bar themed after Scottish and Irish.
Yeah.
The girls wore, we'll call them a kilt, but they were a tampon with plaid, basically. And then they.
But
wore,
it was no more less clothes than.
They were the least amount of clothes of the main restaurants.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is like their food was good.
yes.
Their food was actually fucking good, and there was one. The only one I knew about was in Novi, at 12 Oaks Mall.
They had one.
No, they had one at Hall.
Yeah, at Hall
Hall
Road.
and Shaner.
Yeah, Hall and Shaner.
Fuck, I forgot about that one. Anyway,
And then I finally move up here and they close it.
yeah, because I remember telling you, I'm like,
Yeah.
by the way, they closed. He's like, no. Anyway, Twin Peaks is actually pretty good food
It was
too.
up towards like where Wellington was.
Yeah, Twin Peaks though, believe it or not, pretty decent food. I got a lobster roll. My dad tried it. Shelby tried it. It's the best lobster roll I've had outside of like Maine and Connecticut, and that's saying a lot because I love seafood.
I don't think we've had anything that we disliked.
The only thing that I came close to disliking, and it's not because I didn't like it, it's because they called them spicy Italian meatballs and there was no spice. But the meatballs were pretty good. It came out with some French bread, baguette type thing. And you get 5 or 6 big fucking meatballs for an appetizer. But Hooters is the worst of the restaurants.
Yeah. I mean, I do like their wings,
I
but far as the
I don't.
I don't know if it's. I will.
Is it
I will.
nostalgia or titties
I was
doing
gonna
it
say.
for you?
I was. I'm gonna backtrack. Maybe because my friend Kevin and Paul would go and throw darts every Sunday, get wings, have a couple beers, watch some NASCAR every Sunday. Maybe it's more nostalgia, and and I enjoyed the wings. It might be that, but if I put it up against the Tilted Kilt and the Twin Peaks, it probably is the worst out of the worst.
I've only probably been to Hooters a dozen times in my entire life, and I remember specifically the last time I went there, and I haven't been there in 5 or 10 years, and they ran it was on Valentine's Day. Bring a picture of your ex, cut it up half off your meal. I'm like, I'm in. So that's the last time I went up to Hooters, and then they closed like a year later.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure the last remaining one was in Farmington Hills, and they closed down. So,
I mean, I occasionally I'll go online and I will buy the Hooters breading and the Hooters sauce, and I'll make Hooters wings at the house, and they're still pretty good.
and see, that's one of my things I don't like. I don't like a breaded bone-in wing.
Mm-hmm.
See, and now that you mentioned Hooters, because there was one at, 14 Mile and Gratiot, right?
Yep. That's the one I went to all the time.
Which used to be the Wishing Well.
Okay.
Have either one of you ever tried the Wishing Well?
No. I wasn't born in the 80s.
So now I'm going to go way back to our earlier conversation of a restaurant I wish would come back. That was it.
Wishing well.
They had multiple types of ribs that you could get.
Okay.
And the baby backs there were phenomenal.
I prefer a St. Louis.
I've had St. Louis, but I've never prepared St. Louis for myself. And I said the next one that I smoke, I'm going to do St. Louis.
You just get extra meat. It's got the rib cap on it. So
Yeah.
As a fat guy, I prefer St. Louis because I'm going to eat.
Yeah, you get more meat.
Where the baby backs, even though I think the flavor might be better, I'm not full when I finish that slab.
Gotcha.
I am now, but Cattleman's. If you ever want a beef rib, prepared beef ribs for $6.99 a pound in their hot case.
And slab is what, 2 to 3 pounds. So
No, beef ribs, not pork ribs.
Oh,
Beef ribs. So you're talking like 6 or 7
I was gonna
pounds.
say you're talking about at least 5
They're
plus.
already done?
Yeah, they're cooked in their hot. Their hot case is amazing. They make fresh to order food, brisket, ribs, meatballs. They have Chinese food, chicken wings, fish sandwiches, all made to order.
Got it.
Now I am going to have to go there because I love beef ribs.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're like $7 a pound
phenomenal.
prepared. You can get, I think it's like 4 ribs, a side, and a drink for like $12.
Can you think of any restaurant that serves beef ribs?
No,
I cannot.
Only pork.
Only
Yeah.
pork.
I prefer a pork rib, but beef rib's a good change up. I got one more thing, and then I'm just gonna ask live. What do we have here? What's going on behind me? They're looking out the window behind me. It's making me nervous.
I'm wondering if my wife got dropped off.
So a couple more things here. I just want to ask live. I'm not hungry at all. I don't think it's going to give a fair review if we buy a Buford and a Whopper tonight.
Probably not.
So I'm good with postponing it. I got a chip for us to try if we want to do that instead.
Yeah, we can do a trip, and because I have even a couple things that we can talk about.
Yeah. I got one more food topic. We'll try the chip, and then we'll get into what you have on your talking points.
Yeah.
I want to know, and I'm burning through a lot of topics today, but it's just so easy. We brought up Outback Steakhouse. We brought up Harbor House. We brought up some of these places that have good ones. What is the best bread appetizer?
Oh, man.
Because there's so many. You got to know. I can't think. Most of your restaurants that bring you out a bread that are famous for their bread, they're good. I despise Olive Garden. Those breadsticks, I would stick them up my ass. No one's not even laughing at that one. Okay,
What?
I'm on my own.
A restaurant that's not even around here anymore, for the most part. Outback and Lone Star have some of the
Those
greatest.
loaves of pumpernickel,
Oh
the
my
brown
I was going
bread.
to say the
so
pumpernickel
good.
bread.
Yeah.
I'm up there.
The brown bread from Cheesecake Factory, the cheesy biscuits from Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster.
The Texas Roadhouse rolls are not the greatest, but I do
It's the
like
butter that makes
butter.
them.
The butter is good.
See, and I disagree because I think the rolls are phenomenal, and I don't.
Phenomenal. Now you lost that word.
I do not use their signature butter.
Does anyone remember the strawberry butter that Red Lobster had?
No.
They had a strawberry butter for a stint. I swear I'm not making this up. But I also used to get applesauce there, and they had the best applesauce I've ever had in my life. I was a kid. Leave me alone. I love applesauce. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Applesauce is good.
Overall, though, I'm going to go with Lone Star.
Okay.
The little pumpernickel loaf was just fucking good.
I love the pumpernickel loaf. Another place.
By the way, real quick, sorry.
You know,
remember that thought? Pumpernickel translates to devil fart. So just a little fun fact for you.
And Lone Star's bread was better than Outback, but I'm going to put Outback as number 2.
I'd put it as a close number 2. And if I had to put them in the ranking, my Cheddar Bay biscuits are up there at number 3. And I don't even like Red Lobster anymore. Only went there for all you can eat shrimp anymore. They had
It's not even good
The
anymore,
Admiral's
though.
Feast used to be good, but that even sucks now.
It's the only thing I go there for.
Yeah, but it's like $33 now. Ooh, restaurants. Don Pablo's. I want that fucking place back, too. The Conquistador came with like
14 and Van Dyke.
There was one on Hall Road, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. What
Another one that I like, I think it was more the, I won't say sauce, but what do you want to call it? Bravo had bread. The bread was all right, but what you dip it in was like olive oil mixed with sun-dried tomatoes, some Italian seasoning, and like some red wine vinaigrette. It was pretty good to dip it in. I like that. But the
Was that the
pumpernickel
one that
bread,
came
man.
out a little crunchier, though?
Yeah,
The bread was-
That's
yeah, I
what I'm
remember
saying. Like
that.
the bread wasn't the greatest, but what you dipped it in was
Yes.
really good.
I am taking back Outback as number 1, or Lone Star as number 1.
What you got,
Olga's Snackers.
Becca? I think that's her favorite.
They are seasoned in something. It's fucking sesame seeds and like this paprika and some smoked. But then it has like this almond cheese spread that you dip them in.
We have an Olga's by our house, and she
You lucky
loves.
Isn't Olga's still over? Olga's isn't that still over here on Van Dyke?
The closest one to us is like 17 in DeQuinder.
We live at 23 in Shaner, and there's one at 24 in Hayes.
Yeah.
And she loves Olga's.
Olga's, I'll fuck up the Snackers, and then they have a Detroit hot sauce chicken, and you can order it extra hot. And I'm like, as I normally do, I got cocky. I'm like, chain restaurant. No way they're going to be that hot. It was Detroit Hellfire sauce, which is hot.
Yeah.
They loaded it up to the point where it was the messiest sandwich I've ever had in my life, and I had to take 2 bites at a time and then cool down for 10 minutes in between. So be warned, and I'm a spicy fucking fiend. The Olga's Detroit Hellfire chicken sandwich wrap is fucking hot. It's up. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Hotter than Dave's?
Oh, Dave's what? Devil Spit, or you're talking about Wilbur's Revenge?
No.
Or?
What is that restaurant over
Dave's
here?
Hot Chicken?
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah.
Dave's Hot Chicken, the one you have to sign a waiver for, is hotter. That's a 9 out of 10.
I
So
still have to try it.
that's the one that you get a milkshake with, and you have to sign. They make you sign a waiver.
I haven't done the hot. I've been to Dave's Hot Chicken, but I haven't done the one with the waiver.
I think the medium or hot are perfect. Depends on the day, but that's one of the few places that will give you honey packets with your chicken. And I love honey packets on my
honey
chicken.
with chicken is underrated.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna put Olga's as number 1. I almost forgot about that place. So I think good time to take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. I'll tell you what I have. I have a new kind of Funyun. Spicy queso Funions.
I just seen it advertised today.
Yep. So I
haven't even seen it advertised, so I'm down.
I had 2 of them yesterday, and we'll try them. And then Tommy's got a couple talking points to end our night with us.
Awesome.
So we'll be right back, boys.
Sounds good.
You love food, right? If you like food, big opinions, and crazy dudes with even bigger appetites, you're invited to be part of the family on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Join James, Fridge, and Tommy as they blind taste test the best and worst colas, barbecue sauce, peanut butters, everything, right down to those weird pickle-flavored snacks you see at the store, but you never buy because we rank them, we review them, and we have a blast. And it's not just food. We talk movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever other madness is going on in the world. One thing's for sure, it's loud, fun, and funny. Come hang with us on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Podbean.
Okay. Break's over. We had our cigarettes. We're fiends. Tommy.
Yes.
Since I talk too fucking much, you got a couple points for us here.
Sure.
Let's get into it, and then we'll end our night with some spicy queso Funyuns.
Okay, so I'm going to say, let's say I'm serving like a buffet, and I got 3 choices for pasta. Which one are you going to pick? I have spaghetti, ravioli, or lasagna. Which one are you going to grab?
Hold on. What kind of ravioli, first of all?
I'm just going to say ravioli.
Well, I'm not mystery meaning ravioli here. I don't want a cheese ravioli if that's it, but if you give me like a...
Okay, I'll say cheese ravioli. Let's say
then
spaghetti.
No. Why would you pick the one I say I don't want? So...
Or just... whatever ravioli you want. Let's just say...
Give me like a mushroom and cheese. I'm picking that.
Okay, you're going to
How
do
about
ravioli?
lobster ravioli.
Lobster ravioli is great.
You're going to do lobster ravioli. So if I have...
But if you're going to go back to what you just offered him, I'm going to go lasagna all day long.
You're going to lasagna all day long.
See, it's hard. A good spaghetti. I fucking love a good spaghetti.
Yeah.
A good ravioli. I love a good ravioli. A good lasagna. I love a good lasagna. It really is hard. If they're buffet style of any of those, I'm probably going spaghetti because it's probably the safe option.
Okay.
If it's buffet style.
Okay, now let's say I'm serving midnight snacks. Are you going to pick a chocolate bar, like pieces of chocolate, ice cream, or chips?
I'm not a chips person typically
Ice cream.
anyway.
Ice cream.
I'm probably going ice cream as well.
Okay, now what's your favorite ice cream? What's your favorite flavor?
Okay. I can talk about this one. Do not sleep on Yum brand ice cream. That's 7-Eleven's brand.
Okay. Never had it.
So first of all, they come in the pints like a Haagen-Dazs or a Ben & Jerry's.
Okay.
And they are half the price. They're always on special for 2 for $8, so you get $4 a pint. They used to be 2 for $7, but thanks Donald Trump. Anyway, they have a salted caramel truffle ice cream.
My wife would destroy that.
I introduced Shelby to it. It is now her favorite ice cream. It is caramel ice cream with salted caramel swirls.
Okay.
With salted caramel chocolate truffles. And I will eat the entire pint like a fucking fatty. I listen, ice cream is one of those few things that I have self-control over unless I have that.
Okay. Now, see, personally, I like a butter pecan.
Personally, me.
That was
redundant.
I was going to say it's kind of like a double negative there. I like butter pecan. Occasionally, I do like the Superman. It's not like it's like once a season I got to have a Superman.
I can dig it.
Moose Tracks. I love Moose Tracks.
And that's just chocolate chip fudge swirls and vanilla,
And then
right?
a little Reese cup inside.
I've never had a moose track with a Reese's.
Yeah, they're like
Typically,
little tiny little Reese cup.
I thought typically they were just like chocolate chunks. I don't know.
Yeah. What say you?
First is black cherry.
Oh, black cherry's good.
You know, I grew up on that because of you, and it's got to be a certain brand though.
Stroh's.
Stroh's,
It's
absolutely.
the only
Stroh's.
black cherry that's good.
Yes.
The rest of them it's just too
It
processed.
has real cherry skins in
It
it,
is
and
so good.
oh yeah,
When they're in season, oh my god. Second choice, butter pecan.
Yeah, butter pecan's good.
And then again with butter pecan, it's got to be only certain brands because some of them are horrible.
you can't get Edie's. Edie's butter pecan is awful.
Yeah.
Or what Edie's
Stroh's is a good brand.
Stroh's is
Stroh's.
great. I'm a sucker for a good mint chip.
Yeah.
You know, I like it. I know a lot of people have issues with mint chocolate chip.
No,
ice
mint
cream,
chocolate
but
chip is really good.
I like a mint chocolate chip. I like a Superman. I'm a sucker for a lot of caramel, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
fuck you want to say. You know, and we're spoiled. We have Sanders, which has the best hot fudge and the best caramel for an ice cream topper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with it. A good vanilla will beat most flavored ice creams.
Now, French vanilla or vanilla bean?
French.
It's got to be French. You know, that yellow tinted, real French vanilla is to a lot of people. That's, I mean, what the epitome of plain is called vanilla, but
Yeah.
a regular French vanilla ice cream that is good will beat most of those ice creams for me.
Now, see, I have to have a good French vanilla. If I don't have vanilla bean, I typically, but it's got to be a good French vanilla.
Yeah, with the little black specks in it of
Yeah,
the actual
yeah,
vanilla
yeah,
bean.
yeah. Now, you said you're not a fan of chips, but if you were going to eat chips, what's your go-to chip?
Honey barbecue flavor twist Fritos.
That's a good chip. That's a good chip.
It's an easy answer for me.
Ruffles with a French onion dip.
Oh my gosh. I bought 2 things of French onion dip for the party yesterday and did not bust it out.
Do you have a brand of French onion dip that you like?
Only Dean's.
Dean's? I'll see. I like Dean's. Becca likes haluva dip.
It's Haluva. Haluva's the good one. That's mine.
It's not bad, but I still think Dean's is my go-to.
But by the way, and I went with you, but hell of a
Okay.
hell of a good dip. Yeah.
I'm retarded.
Just
Checking the specs on the inline I'm retarded.
We'll just put that right up with Sanders and Saunders. Which one is it?
It's Sanders. They answer the phone Sanders. I called it Saunders my whole life. But you know what? The ice cream equivalent, it's not sorbet, but it's usually fruit like an orange.
Uh-huh.
What's it called?
Sherbet.
Sherbet.
It's sherbet. It's
You know
not
how many people call
It's not sherbet. It's
Sherbet.
sherbet. Or sherbet. Yeah,
Most
sherbet.
people call it sherbet.
Yeah.
There's no second R in it. I found that out when I was like 25, and I'm like, my mind is fucking blown.
Sherbet.
Yeah, it's sherbet. There's no second R. I grew up calling it sherbet, as did most of my friends. So
If I had to pick chips, more nostalgia. I grew up eating these. I don't see them even in stores anymore. It's by Jay's. It's a kettle cooked crunchers, barbecue crunchers. I love those chips. Don't see them anymore.
Those were the thicker ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
not
don't-
a fan.
I don't know if it's a local brand, but I love Uncle Ray's.
Uncle Ray's, they have
a really good barbecue chip. But you know what? We're also one of the headquarters of chips. One of the best chips you'll get is a Better Made. And they make a sweet heat barbecue that is fucking amazing. And
the red bag.
yeah. And you're shaking your head no. You have to admit though that jalapeno cheddar popcorn from Better Made was great.
Oh, that was cat's ass. I'm just not a Better Made chip person.
I love a Better Made, especially around Christmas when they bring out the chocolate covered ruffled Better Maids.
And see, like, even Lay's, which used to be my go-to,
Yeah.
not anymore. Because I think whatever they've changed over the years, they're just not good anymore. Now my go-to is 100% Ruffles.
So there's a big trend that's been going on for 20 years now about these the red hot, not the red hot,
The Flamin' Hot
Flamin'
Cheetos?
Hot. Flamin'
Yeah.
Hot everything. They put it on
Yeah.
Ruffles. They put it on Chex. I hate it. Personally, it tastes like salt to me. It doesn't have much heat.
I'm not a big fan.
But let's talk about the original spicy chip that was good. Andy Capp's hot fries.
They're great.
Still,
They're not my
good.
favorite, but I like
it's
them.
Not my favorite, but I like them.
Yeah.
I remember even getting potato sticks in a can.
Oh, man.
They still
I
have
dip those
those.
things in ketchup.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, they're like shoestring French fries, just
Yeah.
extra crispy, which is the opposite of what my dad wants because he wants soggy fucking French fries.
This is true.
He wants if
I want a limp fry.
Well, I was going to say a lip dip fry.
another chip that I didn't try until I was much older because it just sounded awful, but I love now salt and vinegar.
I've never really been into the salt and vinegar chip. I might have to try it again, but yeah.
I liked those Frederick Meyer brand kettle cooked pickle chips from last week. Those were fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even brought some of the stuff from last week, and Becca was like, ooh, the ranch, the popper, the ranch and pickle Pringle poppers.
Yep.
She's destroying those. She gets a handful every day. And then she tries to give me a kiss. I'm like, oh, I can't do the ranch. I can't do it.
They just have the texture of those like Gerber baby snacks that are like chips for babies. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
texture of it. I'm like, yeah. These are-
Okay, so I'm serving one more course at this quote unquote buffet.
It's a weird
it's
order
sandwich.
of food, by the way.
Yeah, sandwiches: a grilled cheese, a BLT, or a club sandwich.
Well, a club and a BLT have bacon, so you know what I'm going with. I hate bacon.
I didn't even think about when I put those three together.
What kind of bacon?
Let's do applewood smoked. I don't know.
Well, it makes a difference.
Jesus.
Grilled cheese all day. A good grill. I love a grilled cheese. Dip it in some tomato bisque. Oh, fuck yeah. Comfort food. But, okay, here's my question for you guys. When you make a grilled cheese, how dark are you toasting that bread? Because I like it a light brown.
Very light.
Very light.
Yep, okay.
I just want it nicely toasted,
And by the
enough
way,
to have the cheese
Just
melted.
past losing the butter color.
By the way, I don't use butter anymore. I use
Mayo.
It's
Mayo.
fucking
Mayo.
Anyway, here's the big make or break with a grilled cheese. If you're not cutting it diagonally, don't fucking serve it to me.
It's not the same.
No, I don't want to cut in half long ways, width ways, or not cut. You cut it diagonally and only diagonally.
Denise and I have had this conversation because when she first moved in, she cut it up and down. What the hell are you doing? You can't do this.
Now, I know you had one, and I've wanted one my whole life, and I finally got one like a year ago. The damn sandwich makers, and they cut them diagonally already, and then they crimp the edges. Now,
Yep.
Tommy, these is
Peanut butter and jelly.
First of all, yes, that's the way to go. You make a peanut butter and jelly. It crimps the edges so it doesn't leak out.
Okay.
So it toasts the bread for you, and then it makes the peanut butter all melty and gooey, and you have a hot peanut butter and jelly pocket. It is one of the best fucking things in the world. But at the same time, you want a grilled cheese in 5 minutes without any prep. You throw 2 slices of cheese, some mayo, and throw it on this machine, and it's done.
Okay.
It's basically a waffle maker for a sandwich, but it crimps the edges so you don't get leaked.
It is the greatest fucking invention ever.
That's
$10.
amazing.
They're $10. It's just one of the best things. One sandwich at a time. That's it. But it only takes 3 or 4 minutes for a sandwich.
You can throw your pizza ingredients in there. You
Yeah.
can make anything in here.
Shelby-
and it crimps the edges, which makes it perfect.
Shelby's a pizza whore. I will throw on just some bread, pizza sauce, cheese, and pepperoni, and throw it on there, and she gets a pizza pocket.
Wow.
5 minutes. It's so easy.
I smoked some. Made some homemade pizzas and I put it on the smoker last night. Made some barbecue chicken pizza. It was freaking awesome.
So yeah, I'm going with grilled cheese.
Okay. Now I have 5 Italian American foods.
Hold
I want
on.
you to blind rank them.
I
1
will.
through 5.
I will in 1 second.
Yeah.
If you add a meat to a grilled cheese, it's a fucking melt. Everyone, stop calling it a
Grilled cheese with
It's
meat.
not a grilled
It's
cheese.
not a
at that
ham
point.
grilled cheese. It's a
Yeah.
ham melt, motherfuckers. And I will die on this hill. I don't care. Anyway, let's blind rank some Italian food. This is gonna be my dad's favorite.
Yeah,
'cause he's
Italian
not a huge
American
pasta
foods.
person.
Blind rank. I have 5, so it's you 1 through 5.
Would you stop hitting your shit all the time?
I'm a retard. I already said this earlier. A meatball parm sub.
If it's a good meat, ooh gosh, a meatball sub's my go-to sub.
If it's a good meatball,
That's it.
oh,
Good meatball, good sauce. I'm gonna start bold here. Number 1,
Okay.
I'm going to go 2 because
You're
you
gonna-
might have something else that
Okay.
I want.
Arancini. Do you know what that is?
Yep. Little fried balls.
Yeah, fried rice balls with cheese in it.
If they're at my brother's wedding, me and my dad ate a fuck ton of those. I'm going with 3. They're fucking delicious.
I don't like rice.
Okay.
But you like an arancini. At least you did at that wedding. Maybe the booze helped.
I'm going to go 5.
They had these
5. Okay.
Just a quick caveat. My brother's wedding. Now, I don't even want to know what they spent on their food, but it was some of the best wedding food I've ever had. They're walking around with these hors d'oeuvres. They have coconut shrimp, and these shrimp are fucking 6 inches long and a fucking chili sauce. Amazing. They have these
Mini tacos.
seared tuna tartar tacos.
Uh-huh.
I ate probably 20 of those fucking things. And then they had arancinis, which at this point, and this is only a few years ago, I'd never had one before.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what the fuck I was eating. I'm like, what is this? And someone goes, arancini. I'm like, yeah, it's rice. It's got to be.
I've only had it one time, and it was fantastic.
I thought it was like a Chinese food because I'm like, oh, it's rice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an Italian. Anyway, yeah, that was my first time having them, and they were wonderful. But I'm going to guess they spent a lot of money on that food. So anyway, arancini 3.
Okay. Okay, next. Chicken Alfredo pizza.
5.
I'm going to go. I already did 5. I'm going 4.
4. Okay.
Not much to say there. I'm not a big pizza person as it is.
Penne pasta with vodka sauce.
Ooh.
Is it just sauce and noodle?
Yep, no meat.
Okay.
3.
Do I get like a basil garnish?
Yeah, I'll throw basil on there for you.
Okay. Oh God, I'm scared to put it at 2, but I'm scared to put it at 4 because what's next? He's. doesn't
Well, I
help
did
me.
3, so there better be something really good next because I only have number 1 left.
I'm gonna go with number 2 and hope this is a perfect ranking for me.
Chicken Parmesan.
You fucked me over.
Yep.
That would have been my number 2. I make a good chicken parm. I'm gonna brag about that one, but chicken parm, if done right, is an excellent
Fantastic.
fucking meal. That should be number 2, but I gotta go with 4.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I only have 1 left.
Yeah.
But it would not be number 1.
Should have put your meatball sub number 1.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay, and I have one more blind ranking, and then we can do the food and wrap it up.
All right.
Okay, so these are going to just be sandwiches. So I want you. We're going to do the same thing. A breakfast sandwich. You can pick whether you want bacon or sausage on it. I know you will not do bacon. So a breakfast sandwich, 1 through 5.
I gotta get some rules about this one.
So
What's the bread?
okay, you
Am
can
I,
do-
is it
you
basically me picking what it is?
Yes. So if you want to do muffin, donut, or
Croissant.
biscuit or croissant,
Let me just make this easy.
basic egg.
Give me the steak, egg, and cheese with extra onion, extra breakfast sauce from McDonald's.
McDonald's.
And I'm putting it at number 2.
Number 2. Okay,
I'm going to go with the 2.
a 2. Now a club.
Can I get it with no bacon?
It's up to you. It's your a sandwich. But we're gonna do a blind
You
ranking.
give me a turkey club with no bacon. You know, lettuce, tomato, mayo, turkey. It's okay. 5.
I'm going to put a club at 3.
Okay. A Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, I fucked up already.
Well, you don't like them?
No, I love them.
Well, you have number 1 open.
I know, but I'm scared because I know what I want to be on this list.
What do you want to be on this list?
Not telling you.
Is this
Okay.
a true Philly? Just chopped steak,
Chopped
onion,
steak,
and
onions,
whiz.
Cheese
peppers.
whiz.
It's got to be whiz.
Either
Peppers
cheese-
are not in a Philly, fucking Tommy.
In my
You lived in Pennsylvania.
I know. I always add peppers.
That's a cheesesteak, not a Philly then.
He said you could build it how you want.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
but then
always
it's not
add,
called a Philly.
Yes,
That's like a melt in a grilled cheese. I'm standing
And
on
I
this mountain.
always add. It's either white American or you add the cheese whiz, depending on.
I do
what
both personally.
Yes,
but,
that's how I.
But I'm taking away the name Philly if you're adding peppers. It's just a cheesesteak then.
I typically will do white American with the whiz, and I'll add peppers if I'm doing chili cheesesteak.
I don't dislike peppers on a cheesesteak. It's just
Yes.
not a Philly then.
Okay, well then I'll do it without the peppers.
Or you can either do that or call it a cheesesteak.
I'll do a Philly cheesesteak and I'll
Okay.
do no peppers.
Philly cheesesteak is 1.
Okay. Especially if you go to D'Alessandro's. That was one of my favorite.
That's a top 5. Absolutely.
Only because I have a feeling my sandwiches aren't going to be on there. I'm going to go 1.
Okay.
You know what? I fucked up because if he said, I just realized what my favorite sandwich is, and if it's on there, I'm going to be pissed because I've already used 1 and 2.
It's probably not on there, though. A smash burger.
Ooh.
That's a 3 for me.
I've had some bad ones, though.
Yeah.
But again, it's yours. It's how you make it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put that at 4.
Okay.
I got a 3, so I got a 4 remaining. So if you say my sandwich, Tommy, I'm going to smack you.
Okay, now this one, it doesn't matter where it comes from, but an Italian sub.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with 4.
I think I only have a 5 left.
Okay.
I'm not a huge cold cut guy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't mind them, but, Shelby loves her. And it's always adorable. She goes, I want sub sandwiches. I'm like, you can just say sub.
Yeah.
Just say, I know we're not
I know you're going to end up getting an
I know we
Italian.
don't want a teacher or a submarine, okay? I know what a sub is.
A good Italian, if they've got the right meat on it,
Well, you missed our
Yeah, you
Italian
missed- I was
episode.
gonna say you
We
missed
did
our-
Italian sandwiches.
and I mean, if you put the right meats, the right spice, oh my
Ventimiglia's all
God.
fucking
And
Dude,
day.
it was
then
awesome.
bacon.
You're the closest of all of us to Ventimiglia's. How many times have you had it?
Never.
Go get one now.
I've never been there.
That it wasn't even a comparison. We had 6 Italian subs, and it wasn't even. It was night and day. You had Ventimiglia's at a 9, and the rest started at a 7. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
And they were sitting for an hour.
See, now, like I said, a good Italian, and that was the one I was hoping was there, but I had a feeling it wasn't. That was going to be number 1.
Well, I'll tell you now that it's over. My number 1 would have been a Reuben if it was on there.
I had Reuben written down, and I deleted it, and I'm like, should I put Reuben or not?
How about a Russian?
I mean, I like a Russian. It's coleslaw and a different dressing, but
Yeah,
I prefer my
I
sauerkraut.
put Reuben, and I put Italian sub instead of Reuben.
Should have done that instead of a club.
Yeah.
Now, a Reuben, typically on rye. I do like it on a swirl bread.
Oh, yeah.
Pumpernickel rye combo.
Yes.
I like it better that way. So anyway, good topics. I like it. We got some spicy queso Funions.
Yep.
It's closer to you guys if you want to grab it. So we will try these Funions and let you know how they are. All right, so we're at the end of our show. We got the spicy queso Funions. While we're getting ready to do this review, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but Tommy had to help someone out. You know who you are when you listen. You might not even remember by the time you listen. Anyway, so Andy and Jordan come in. They take her home. Not saying who, but, just found out there is a spicy chicken ramen Funyun, so definitely want to try those. But as we're on the terms of Funyuns, Andy, who was on an episode a couple of weeks ago, mentioned that Funyuns is one of his favorite chips of all time. I'm bringing back into Yum Brand, 7-Eleven brands. Go get their I don't remember what they're called. They're not Funyuns, but they're like Fun Onions or something. They're just something very knockoff-ish. But 7-Eleven brand Funyuns are. I'm watching Andy pick up my cat. My cat is very mean to strangers. Anyway, spicy queso Funyuns. You guys are chewing, so you guys can review as I chew.
Okay. So, these are really good.
First of all, Tommy, do you like Funyuns?
I love Funyuns.
Okay.
It does not remind me of a Funyun. Just the consistency, like that that weird crunch that a Funyun has. Got a little bit of spice, but they're really good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give them a 7 because I could pound some of those things. But as a Funyun, I don't know.
They do have a Funyun taste if you chew them enough.
I'm going to bump that up. I'm giving these an 8.5.
I'm
I
right
like
around there. I'm at an 8.6. I think they're excellent. I think they're not as good as classic Funyuns, which would be a 9. But very close.
I'm like I said, I really like them.
Yeah.
I pound a bag of those things.
There would be a problem with those because those are something like popcorn. You're going to sit down and pound the whole bag.
Oh yeah.
Just really quick though, I always put them in the same category: Funyuns and Munchos.
Oh, God.
When's the last time you had a Muncho?
It's been a while. But
Couple months.
Those are fucking great.
I like Funyuns better.
I'd agree, but I just put them in the same category for some reason. So
They are really good.
collectively, you're looking at around a low 8 if you average our reviews. So
I might
Go
bump
ahead.
these up to 8. Yeah, they're really
right.
good because I went back for seconds.
They are good. And the more you eat them, the more you get past the spice, the more you actually taste the Funyun in it.
I
telling
think
you.
it definitely tastes like a Funyun.
Yeah. I get hit initially with the onion, and then the spice is on the back burner.
I like these.
Those are really good.
They're just...
Where would I put it to a muncho? I honestly think I'm going to put them both at 8.5.
Fair. Like I said, I'll put a regular Funyun at a 9 and these at an 8.6, so very close.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought mine from, what did I say, 7.5. I'll go to an 8. Yeah, they're really good.
The more you eat, the more that's growing on you.
Yeah, they're really good.
Cool. So that brings us to the end of Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. Hopefully Fridge is with us next week. If not, we'll have a guest for you. We're going to compare the Big Buford meal to the Whopper meal. We're going to go back to that classic burger chain.
Tournament style.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw a twist in there. I want to get Del Taco in there one of these days because
Okay.
I've only had a burger from Del Taco twice. First time I ever tried it, they didn't include the hamburger patty. Finally tried it again.
So is it a hamburger at that point?
So no, but then they have the Del Taco burger, which is a Big Mac
Yeah.
without a middle bun,
It's
which is better.
I've had it, and it's really good.
It's got like your mac sauce, your lettuce, your onion, and 2 patties and cheese, and it's without that middle bun, and the patties are bigger.
I'll be honest.
Who likes
The
a
only
bigger
thing I've
patty?
ever had from a Del Taco was a taco.
I mean, there's a quesadilla right in front of you.
I have never had anything from that restaurant.
It's better than Taco Bell. All right, that wraps it up, guys. Thanks for listening this week. We'll see you next week. I'm James.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Jeff.
And Fridge ain't here. Lame ass.
Bye.
This has been Monday Night Meat and Potatoes. We have big opinions and even bigger appetites. Everyone loves food, but not like us. And everyone has an opinion, but not like us. Look, it's 3 foodies sitting around talking food, movies, sports, personal stories, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. And we have fun. We hope you did too. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit us up on Facebook and Instagram at Monday Night Meat and Potatoes, on X and TikTok at Monday Night MP. See you next time on Monday Night Meat and Potatoes.